Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily English Podcast. I'm Alex, your host for today, and sitting right across from me is my amazing co-host, Emma. Hey, Emma.
Hey, Alex. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today. We have a great topic, and honestly, I can't wait to get started.
Absolutely. Today's episode is all about what you need to know before learning English. So if you're thinking about starting your English journey, or maybe you've just begun, stick around. This episode is for you.
That's right. Have you ever wondered, what should I know before learning English? Maybe you're asking, is it really that difficult? Or what's the best way to start? Well, we're here to help you answer those questions.
Yeah, and did you know that over 1.5 billion people around the world are learning English right now? That's huge. So you're definitely not alone.
Wow, that's a lot of people, and it shows that English is truly a global language. But starting something new can be a bit scary, right?
Absolutely. And that's why we're here to make things clearer, easier, and maybe even a little fun. So let's jump right in. But first, maybe we should talk a little about ourselves and our connection to learning English.
Great idea. So, Alex, what's your story? Did you always speak English at home?
Actually, no. I grew up in a bilingual family. My parents spoke Spanish at home, and I learned English when I started school. I remember feeling lost on my first day. Everyone was speaking so fast. But over time, I realized that learning English opened up so many doors for me, like making new friends and watching movies in English.
That sounds a bit like my experience, too. My family moved to England when I was 10, and I didn't know much English at all. I was so nervous the first time I tried to order food at a restaurant. My face turned bright red, and I think I ordered the wrong thing. But, those little mistakes helped me learn.
Exactly. I think making mistakes is a huge part of learning any language. And honestly, it's okay to make them. What matters is that you try.
Right. So, if you're listening and you're worried about making mistakes, don't be. We've all been there. And today, we're going to talk about all those things you should know before learning English, so maybe you can avoid some of the mistakes we made.
So let's set the mood for today's episode. Whether you're learning English for travel, work, school, or just for fun, we want you to feel supported, not overwhelmed.
Exactly. Think of us as your friendly guides, here to share tips, stories, and even some laughs along the way.
All right, let's dive into our first big question. Why do people want to learn English? Emma, what do you think?
Well, I think there are lots of reasons. Some people learn English for travel. It's so helpful when you visit other countries because English is often the common language.
Right, and for many jobs, knowing English gives you an advantage. For example, in business, science, and even entertainment, English is used a lot.
And let's not forget the internet. So much content online is in English, from videos and podcasts to articles and games.
Exactly. So, learning English can connect you to more people, ideas, and opportunities.
But of course, it's not always easy. There are some things that can make learning English a bit tricky. For example, pronunciation can be really confusing.
Definitely. English spelling and pronunciation are not always logical. Like the word thou, it looks nothing like it sounds.
Oh yes, or words like read. Is it read or read? It depends on the sentence. That can drive learners crazy.
Yeah, and that leads us to our first big thing you need to know before learning English. Be patient with yourself. English is full of surprises.
I love that. Be patient with yourself. You might not understand everything at first, and that's totally okay.
All right, let's break it down. We've made a list of important things you need to know before you start learning English. We'll go through each one, share examples, and give you some tips. Ready, Emma?
Ready? Let's do this.
Number 1, English isn't just one language. There are many types like British English, American English, Australian English, and more. They have different accents, vocabulary, and sometimes spelling.
That's so true. Like in the UK, we say lift for the thing that takes you up in a building, but in America, they say elevator.
Exactly. Or color in American English and color in British English. Small differences, but they can be confusing.
So, tip number 1, don't worry too much about which English to learn first. Just pick one that matches your goals. You can always learn the differences later.
Moving on. Number 2, pronunciation can be tricky. English has sounds that might not exist in your language.
Like the teach sound in think or this. When I first learned English, I couldn't say it at all. I said sink instead of think. It was funny.
Yeah, and that's normal. So if you have trouble with certain sounds, don't worry. Practice makes perfect.
And sometimes people will still understand you, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Communication is the most important thing.
That's a great point. Number 3, English grammar can be different from your language. Things like word order, tenses, and articles can be confusing.
Oh yes, especially articles, and the. Some languages don't use them at all. That can take a while to get used to.
Definitely. For example, you say, I have a cat, not I have cat. It's a small word, but it changes the meaning.
Exactly. And word order is usually subject verb object in English. Like, she eats apples. In other languages, the order can be different.
So, tip number 3, pay attention to grammar, but don't let it stop you from speaking. You'll get better with practice.
Number 4, learning vocabulary is important, but don't try to memorize every word. Focus on common words you'll use every day.
Right. Did you know that the 100 most common English words make up about 50% of all English text? So, start with those.
Wow, that's a cool fact. So if you're just starting, learn words like go, eat, want, have, and so on. Build your vocabulary step by step.
Number 5, don't be afraid to speak. I know it's scary, but speaking helps you remember and use what you learn.
And you don't have to speak perfectly. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. The important thing is to try.
Exactly. Number 6, listen as much as possible. Watch movies, listen to music, or podcasts like this one. The more you listen, the more you understand how English is really used.
Listening is so helpful. When I started, I watched cartoons in English. The sentences were simple, and I learned a lot of new words.
Oh, I did that too. And I even tried to repeat what the character said. It was fun, even if I sounded silly.
Number 7, reading helps too. Start with easy books, comic books, or even children's stories. Don't jump into big novels right away.
Yeah, and if you see a word you don't know, try to guess its meaning from the sentence before looking it up.
Number 8, practice a little every day. Even just 10 minutes can help. It's better than studying for hours only once a week.
Consistency is key. Imagine you're learning to play the piano. You wouldn't expect to be perfect after one long lesson. It's the same with English.
Number 9, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone learns at a different speed. Focus on your own progress.
I love that. When I started, I compared myself to my classmates, but I realized everyone has different strengths.
Exactly. So if your friend learns faster, that's okay. Maybe you're better at listening or reading, or maybe you're just more patient.
Number 10, find ways to make learning fun. Play games, sing songs, or try language apps. If you enjoy it, you'll stick with it.
I remember playing word games with my little brother. We laughed a lot, and I learned new words without even realizing it.
Number 11, don't worry about your accent. Everyone has one. What matters is communication, not sounding perfect.
Yes. Some of the most interesting people I know have strong accents, and it never stops them from being understood.
Number 12, mistakes are your friends. I know I said it before, but it's worth repeating. Every mistake is a step forward.
And sometimes mistakes lead to funny stories, like the time I called a beach a bitch. Oops. My teacher laughed, and I never forgot the difference after that.
That's a classic. It happens to the best of us. Don't be embarrassed. Just laugh and learn.
Number 13. Use English in your daily life. Label things in your house, write your to-do list in English, or talk to yourself while you cook.
I still do that, actually. Sometimes I narrate what I'm doing, like, now I'm making coffee. It helps keep the language fresh in my mind.
Number 14. Find a language partner if you can. Speaking with someone else makes it more real.
Or join a language exchange group online. There are lots of free options these days.
Number 15. Set realistic goals. Don't expect to be fluent in a month. Start with small goals like introducing yourself or ordering food.
Yeah, and celebrate your progress. Every new word, every conversation is a win.
Number 16. Understand that English has lots of idioms and expressions. They can be confusing, but also a lot of fun.
Like, it's raining cats and dogs. It doesn't really mean animals are falling from the sky. It just means it's raining very hard.
Exactly. Learning idioms can help you understand native speakers and sound more natural yourself.
Number 17, don't stress about understanding every word. Focus on the main idea. You can always ask for clarification.
And don't be afraid to ask people to repeat or speak slowly. Most people are happy to help.
Number 18, use technology. There are tons of apps, websites, and podcasts like ours to help you learn English anytime, anywhere.
And don't forget, you can change the language settings on your phone or computer to English. It's a simple way to practice.
Number 19, accept that it's a journey. There will be ups and downs, good days and bad days. That's normal.
And remember, every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Be proud of your progress.
Finally, number 20, find your reason for learning English and remind yourself of it often. Your motivation will keep you going.
That's so true. For me, I wanted to make friends in my new country. What about you, Alex?
For me, it was movies. I wanted to understand my favorite films without subtitles. Whatever your reason, keep it close to your heart.
Great. So let's pause for a second. If you're listening, think about your reason for learning English. Why do you want to do it? Maybe say it out loud. It's a good way to remind yourself.
Yeah, take a moment. We'll wait. Okay, ready? Let's keep going.
So, Alex, what do you think is the hardest part about learning English for most people?
I think it's the fear of speaking. People worry they'll make mistakes or sound silly.
I agree. But you know what? Most people are really kind when you try to speak their language. They respect your effort.
Exactly. And sometimes native speakers are surprised and happy when someone tries to speak English. It can be a fun way to connect.
So, here's a mini challenge for our listeners. Next time you have a chance, try to say something in English. Even if it's just hello or how are you?
That's a great challenge. And if you do it, let us know. We'd love to hear your stories.
Definitely. Now, Alex, did you ever believe something about English that turned out to be wrong?
Oh, for sure. I used to think you had to speak perfectly before you could have a real conversation. But that's not true at all.
Same. I thought everyone would laugh at my mistakes. But most people just wanted to help.
So, listeners, if you're worried about making mistakes, remember, they're not a problem. They're a part of learning.
And if you ever feel stuck, try to remember why you started. Your reason will help you keep going, especially on tough days.
All right, let's have a quick interactive moment. Imagine you're in a cafe and you want to order a coffee in English. What would you say? Take a second and try to form this sentence in your mind.
Maybe something like, "Can I have a coffee, please?" Or, "I'd like a coffee, please." Easy and polite.
Exactly. And if you get nervous, just smile. Most people understand and appreciate your effort.
Let's do another scenario. Imagine you're lost in a city and need directions. What could you say?
You could say, Excuse me, can you help me? I'm looking for the train station. Simple and direct.
Great. And if you don't understand the answer, you can say, "Can you please repeat that?" Or, "Can you speak more slowly?"
Perfect. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. People are usually happy to assist.
So, listeners, try to imagine yourself in these situations. Practice saying these sentences out loud. It really helps with confidence.
All right, before we wrap up, let's highlight some important vocabulary from today's episode. Ready? Emma?
Ready? Our first word is pronunciation. It means the way you say a word. For example, her pronunciation is very clear.
Next is grammar. That's the system of rules in a language. For example, English grammar can be tricky, but it's important.
Our third word is accent. An accent is the way people speak in different parts of the world, like a British accent or an American accent.
Next, idiom. An idiom is a phrase that means something different from its words, like break the ice, which means to start a conversation.
Another word is vocabulary. That's all the words you know in a language. For example, I want to increase my English vocabulary.
Fluent is a great word too. If you're fluent, you can speak a language easily and well. For example, he is fluent in English and Spanish.
And finally, native speaker. That's someone who learned a language from birth. For example, she is a native English speaker.
Let's give a quick tip. Don't stress about learning every word. Focus on words you use often and build from there.
And remember, words like idiom come from Latin, where idioma means special property. So, idioms are special phrases in a language.
Great insight. An accent comes from the Latin word accentus, which means song added to speech. So your accent is like your language's music.
That's beautiful. I love thinking of accents as music.
So to wrap up, learning English is a journey. It's not always easy, but it can be fun, rewarding, and life-changing.
Remember our tips? Be patient, practice often, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and find ways to enjoy the process.
And most importantly, keep your reason for learning close to your heart. It will keep you motivated on tough days.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you feel inspired and ready to start or continue your English learning journey.
And if you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Daily English Podcast. Share it with your friends and send us your questions or stories. We'd love to hear from you.
Take care, everyone. Keep practicing, and remember, every step is progress.
See you next time on the Daily English Podcast. Bye.
Bye-bye.